You think breathing is natural, but what if I told you the way you breathe might be the reason wealth avoids you? Because breath is energy, and if your breath never softens, your chi never opens. Tonight, I'll show you a plant whose scent can rewire the way your space receives money. One breath can open the flow, or block it forever. There's a tree whose leaves are small, unassuming, but endless. A tree that doesn't shine, doesn't shout, but releases something softer, something ancient, a scent, not perfume, not floral sweetness, but memory, energy, movement. In Feng Shui, this tree is known as a channel for emotional qi, the kind of energy money responds to, but logic never sees. Orange jasmine doesn't just scent the air, it softens it. It opens the breath, and with it, the gateway for wealth. Tonight, we don't act, we receive. Before we begin, take one breath, not to survive, but to arrive. Because in this video, you'll learn a ritual so gentle, it doesn't stir the room, but it shifts the current of wealth that runs beneath your walls. I'll show you how to connect with this tree each night, through one deep inhale, one whispered, "Thank you," and one simple intention, to let abundance come to you, without chasing. Stay with me till the end, because when this ritual becomes your rhythm, your breath won't just fill your lungs, it'll fill your life. Have you ever walked into a room and felt like the energy was thick? Not because of clutter, but because of what still hangs in the air. Feng Shui has a name for that. It's called emotional qi residue, the energy left behind by unsaid words and unhealed feelings. Most people think wealth is only blocked by physical things, wrong furniture, wrong corner, wrong color. But in reality, it's often the emotional atmosphere that holds abundance at the door. Because wealth doesn't flow into heavy hearts. It follows lightness, like breath. In Feng Shui, qi is influenced by 3 layers. Form qi, what we see; air qi, what we breathe; emotional qi, what we feel. And the emotional layer is the subtlest but strongest. When a space holds chronic sadness, frustration, or tension, the qi becomes fragmented, and wealth flow breaks apart. Science agrees. Research in affective neuroscience shows that negative emotional tone narrows attention, reduces cognitive flexibility, and lowers capacity to recognize opportunity. Meanwhile, positive emotional resonance like calm, gratitude, joy increases the brain's pattern recognition, expands openness, and allows the body to relax into receiving mode. Is your space filled with calm, or with the echo of what wasn't said? Do you breathe easily in your home, or only when you leave it? Money doesn't run from your home. It hesitates when the air is heavy. And the first step to welcoming wealth is softening the mood it's about to walk into. So, if emotion moves energy, what kind of energy does orange jasmine carry? Let's explore the scent that doesn't just please, it activates. Some scents grab you. They arrive loud-bowled, trying to impress. But this one, you almost miss it, until your body remembers to breathe deeper. In Feng Shui, scent is a carrier, but not every scent opens flow. Some overwhelm the qi, others pass right through. But the scent of orange jasmine works differently. It doesn't push. It doesn't demand. Beat. It invites. This plant's scent is soft, light, and subtle, almost like a whisper in the air. In Feng Shui, that means its qi enters the space not by force, but by resonance. Its fragrance carries woodchith energy of steady growth, and it stimulates the heart meridian. It's often used in Eastern spiritual gardens to restore joy after loss and to reopen the flow when energy feels blocked, but you don't know why. Its flowers bloom most under still air at dusk, the time when emotional qi is most sensitive. In neuroscience, the scent of orange jasmine stimulates the limbic brain, the seat of memory, emotion, and receiving. When inhaled, it lowers the amygdala's stress signals and enhances parasympathetic response, the very state needed for receiving abundance. What's the last scent that made you breathe deeper? Is your space filled with things that activate or things that only decorate? Some qi is moved by action, some by presence, but the most sacred flows are stirred by scent, because what softens your breath opens your wealth. So how do we use this scent? Not just as a feeling, but as a ritual? Let me show you a night practice that doesn't just calm your heart, it opens your fortune. It's late, the world is quiet, and your wealth is listening, but not to your words, not to your plans, to your breath. Step 1. Just before bed, walk slowly toward your orange jasmine. Let your steps soften. Let your thoughts fall away. You are not going to do a ritual. You are going to arrive with presence. Step 2. Stand near the leaves. Close your eyes. Inhale deeply through the nose for 4 seconds. As you breathe in, I feel the scent enter your body, like a river finding its way back to source. Then exhale slowly and whisper softly just one sentence. Thank you. I receive. You're not thanking the tree. You're thanking the flow that's already finding you. You're not thanking the tree. You're thanking the flow that's already finding you. Whispered outcomes from the ritual. People who've practiced this ritual often report things that feel small, but open something big, like a shift in sleep, like calm returning to the body, like opportunities answering softly. This isn't magic, it's alignment. Because when you train your nervous system to trust receiving, wealth no longer has to fight to get in. It just walks through the door you finally remembered to open. Breath is the bridge. Gratitude is the signal. And jasmine is the scent that tells wealth. Your space is ready. When you breathe deeply near a scented plant, your vagus nerve activates, shifting your body into receiving mode. Combined with a whispered affirmation of gratitude, the brain releases oxytocin and dopamine, opening neural pathways that welcome clarity, joy, and trust. This isn't a wish, it's a rewiring. Night is ruled by the element of water. It governs flow, emotion, intuition. Orange jasmine's scent is subtle enough to activate water qi without disturbing the wood foundation. In Feng Shui, this pairing creates a portal for wealth that arrives through ease, not effort. What if wealth didn't need to be summoned? What if it only needed to feel welcome? What would happen if you whispered thank you before wealth even arrived? Breath is the bridge. Gratitude is the signal. And jasmine is the scent that tells wealth. Your space is ready. But there's another reason this plant holds so much wealth energy. It's not just the scent. It's the leaves. Tiny, countless, constant. Let's explore. Look closely. Orange jasmine doesn't have big leaves. They're tiny, countless, like quiet blessings. We often chase wealth in big waves. One job, one check, one breakthrough. But in Feng Shui, true abundance comes from multiple small streams. Not one explosion of luck, but a soft, steady rain. In Feng Shui, we often speak of the 5 elements, but what we rarely say is how size doesn't define strength. Orange jasmine carries the wood element, but not like a tree that stands tall. It flows like a network. Each small leaf is a tiny chi receptor, pulling in life force, drop by drop. And when these leaves multiply, they don't just gather energy, they distribute it. This plant teaches us wealth isn't always about one great gain. It's about 100 small yeses, 1,000 little flows that keep moving even when you sleep. In energetic physiology, our nervous system doesn't respond most to intensity. It responds to consistency. Like leaves in the wind, our biofield tunes itself to repeating softness. This is called entrainment, where hundreds of tiny, safe signals shift the rhythm of your body into ease and receptivity. Each leaf, like each breath, is a repetition of safety, a reminder that nothing needs to be forced. And when the body feels safe, money starts to arrive without being chased. Orange jasmine doesn't shout wealth. It murmurs it over and over until your space begins to echo the same. Are you still waiting for one big win? Or are you ready to let wealth arrive like rain on leaves? Quiet, constant, enough? Big blessings don't always roar. Sometimes they arrive as one more green leaf, one more gentle breeze, one more breath that doesn't feel heavy anymore. You've breathed, you've connected, but there's one step that truly opens the gate. It's not asking, it's not hoping, it's thanking. Most people think gratitude comes after receiving, but in spiritual flow, gratitude is the act of receiving. Beat Jorang Sao Hun. The moment you say thank you before wealth arrives is the moment wealth knows it's safe to enter. In Feng Shui, the act of anchoring qi isn't done through will, it's done through presence, and presence deepens through appreciation. When you breathe in jasmine's scent and whisper, thank you, without condition, you are imprinting your space with the vibration of trust. And trust is the most magnetic energy money responds to. This ritual, this thank you whispered into the night, isn't really for the money. It's for your heart, for the part of you that forgot how much beauty still surrounds you. Because true gratitude isn't a tool, it's a way of seeing, a way of living. To be grateful is to walk through life with eyes that fall in love, with plants, with people, with things we used to ignore. It's not just about calling in abundance. It's about honoring what already showed up and choosing to see it as sacred. Because the more you appreciate, the more chi flows back to you through soft things, through small things, through moments that feel like breath made visible. Gratitude is not the end of receiving, it's the beginning. And when spoken softly, near a plant that holds memory, that thank you becomes a current, soft, certain, and full of gold. When was the last time you said thank you for something that hadn't arrived yet? What would change if you whispered appreciation into the night, like a promise you already feel coming? Gratitude is not the end of receiving. It's the beginning. And when spoken softly, near a plant that holds memory, that thank you becomes a current, soft, certain, and full of gold. So now, everything is in place. The breath, the scent, the flow. Let's bring it all together in one quiet whisper to welcome wealth home. Tonight, you didn't chase wealth. You didn't ask it to rush in. You simply whispered space open. Because orange jasmine doesn't bloom by force. It releases its gift only when the air is still and the heart is soft. And maybe that's how wealth works too. Not by the volume of our hustle, but by the softness of our invitation. Beat. The thumb so hon. So tonight, whisper thank you to the plant, to the breath, to the life that's already flowing toward you. If this ritual touched something inside you, share it. Not for me, but for the others walking this same quiet path. Drop a comment below. What will you whisper tonight? Before sleep? And if you haven't yet, subscribe againly. This was one ritual, but there are more waiting. More breath, more beauty, more flow. I breathe with ease. I receive with grace. I think before I ask. And wealth knows my name.